to Virgo season.
I'm like, I don't know where to look. Where are we looking?
You guys, happy Virgo season. This is my month. The Virgo, the Virgin Mary. Okay. So this month is all about activating your magician energy. What do you want to create? You are the co-creator. Tap into your goddess vibes and your God vibes and start creating. Create what you would like in your life. If I gave you a magic wand right now, what do you want to call in? Tap in and call it in. Write it out. Journal it. Manifest it. Burn it. It's already yours. You're welcome. So we've decided to pull a card as per usual, and we're going to do 2. And this is a brand new beautiful deck, and Tiffany has a brand new beautiful deck. Just kidding. I did that on purpose. Tiffany's pulling the Lover's Oracle, and I will be pulling from Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. Hello.
Holla.
Holla.
Holla, goddess.
Hi, Titi. What you got?
Let's talk our love language.
So what is that all about anyways?
Which part?
The deck.
The deck? Well, this is a new deck for me, so thank you for sharing.
Of course.
And yeah, we're just going to pull for the collective, and then we're going to come up with a really cool,
special, possible mantra. Tiffany, why don't we just share?
Okay.
We talked about it. We're like, Tiffany actually had this idea. She's like, you know what'd be great is when we're pulling the card, we could create a mantra for the card so that you guys can say it for the day or for the week. And that is what we're doing. So we're like, are we doing this on the spot?
But
yeah.
That was the other part what was the other part that you missed on that one?
Oh, the other part was we were going to only share it as if something came to our mind. But now we don't have a choice. The universe is like, you guys are figuring it out on the spot. 0 fucks.
Okay.
Oh, all and right. So this card deck is for if you're in a relationship. This is advice from your team. If you have a past loved one, this is a message from them. Or if you are calling in a beautiful soulmate, this is the information you need to know about the relationship that's coming into your life.
You're so cute.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
You don't just have a radio voice, but you got not a radio face, obviously, because that doesn't mean you're beautiful.
Aw,
so the voice matches the beautiful face.
Aw, thanks.
Okay.
I've never looked at my voice like that. But thanks. I'll take it. I love your beautiful
You do great.
doves.
Okay, so the card that's pulled, this is beautiful.
Wow.
So we're going to show them both of our cameras up and down, round and round. And it looks like this beautiful gal is basking in the sun and embracing her femininity. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you.
That is so beautiful.
You know, like something that we talked about earlier when, we're more loved than we realize. And this was a beautiful thing that you shared with me earlier because it was something that I needed to hear. And what it is that, the love comes from, the source of love is the answer to all. And a lot of that love comes from the energy around us, from our spirit team, from those who are thinking about you, people that you've spent lifetimes with. So that's a lot of love. And no wonder why everything comes from love. Because love conquers all. Once you love yourself as much as you possibly can, that cup fills, and then you're able to bring forward who you really are. It's the things that we disassociate ourselves with loving ourselves is what sets us so far apart from the truth. So we have to be very mindful of what type of care we're bringing in. And so this is a perfect conduit segment.
Segue. No, this is so beautiful. And a mantra came up for me for this.
It did?
Yes, of course.
Boom, I knew.
The mantra for this card is, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am.
Oh, say this over and over again.
Yes.
Say
Marry
it again.
this.
Say it again.
I love and approve of myself exactly as I am.
I love and approve myself exactly as I am.
Wow. What a beautiful message. And this is a beautiful message from your loved one to you. So know that you're extremely loved.
Very loved.
We are very much loved.
That's a lot of love.
Woo!
That's a lot of love.
Absolutely. Okay.
Good job, KK.
Good job, TT. That was a beautiful message. We've got to leave that one there to just...
I'm going to take a picture of it.
We will take a picture. Okay. The second deck. So this is a message from your angels, gods, and goddesses. Let's see what the message is. I won't go so close to the microphone. It's always so loud.
It's like stirring mac and cheese.
Oh. Come on, baby, light my fire. Oh, I was like, allow it to fall out of the deck. And there it is. Oh, interesting. God of conflict resolution. You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Wow. There and there, my beautiful angels. Okay, so it pretty much says it all. You are being called upon to walk away. Sometimes we need to accept what is in our life, in our current situation, and that was just a message that comes through to be like, it's exactly on point. Just walk away. Accept the people, places, and things for who and what they are. You can't change or control or fix anyone else. We can just accept. And by accepting, it's a really big way to heal and to set yourself free. And this time has been a really big time for releasing and letting go and being able to transform. And we can't ever get rid of energy. We can just transform it, transmute it, and bring maybe the energy that isn't so positive or that feels dense and heavy, and change it into something that's light and a lot more loving. So who you surround yourself with and who you put yourself in front of is really important on this path. So, God of conflict resolution, you are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Let it go, send love, wrap them in a bubble, and say, I love you. Okay, Tiffany, did something come to mind?
Yes, something came to mind. I accept all that I am. I set myself free from all that does not support my higher self.
Whoa. Say that again, girl. That is powerful.
I accept all that I am. I set myself free from all that does not support my higher self.
Beautiful. Okay, that's amazing. That is our beautiful card pull for this Thursday.
Good job, girl.
Okay, good job. Bye, everybody. We're going to keep recording. So if you want to see what we're talking about, head on over to our YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the goods. Hi, friends. So, yeah, this is pretty incredible. This is a pretty powerful deck, and especially the message that you got for love. I love you.
Right. And I think what I like about our podcast is that when we come up with ideas and like of possibilities, we just kind of let it flow. And that's when this work is more fun because it's easy and it fills our heart, and there's a lot to take back from the messages that come through. So this is really, really cool. And I kind of love the fact that we've incorporated this into, you know, our other platform just to kind of bring in a little attention to the bigger message.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot to talk about today.
We have a lot to talk about today. And I'm going to take this book back.
Get it, girl.
This is for later though, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? Like, what is going on in your world? Summertime, like school's coming back. There's so many redirections and changes going on. How are you guys handling? Like, are you doing self-care? Are you checking into some circles? Are you doing your meditations? What are the things? Because we need to address, there's going to be a lot happening. Kids going back to school. Like, Cassius is going to flip in kindergarten. I have not only do I have him 50% of the time, now he's going to be gone like 7 hours. 7 hours!
It's literally a game changer when the kids go back to school.
But it's like hard. It's like hurting my heart.
First time for everything, babe.
Whew.
You got this.
Oh, I do. And I'm like happy for him, but
it's not uncommon for especially mothers to tear up a little bit that first day.
Yeah.
Because you know what that means. It's like, sayonara.
Yeah, it's like
bye-bye.
7 hours. And
bye, Felicia.
They go from, he went from 3 days a week for 3 hours to now 5 days a week for 7 hours a day. So he's going to do great. Obviously, I always encourage for all of
kids are so resilient. We're way more worried about them than they need. Yeah. They're just so perfect. It's really about just trusting the care and who's caring for them and the teachers, and those are really big influences also.
And building a good relationship.
Oh,
and with his school, they do so many cool parent participation and like picnics and so many things. So
we've always tried to be really, really close to our kids' influences, like teachers, coaches, anybody that has that role in their life. We always just,
you got to know, you got to feel and sense, when
you got to be pretty transparent
and a good heart.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be with your child for 7 hours of the day. It's a long time.
It is a long time.
And it was interesting because people were talking about this. They're like, oh, kindergarten's coming up, and some other of my friends have their kids going into school. And I was like, oh, I feel fine. I'm like, no big deal. But it's not been until this week that I'm like, whoa, this is a big transition. And I'm just surrendering to effortlessness, to effortlessly allow this to flow, and it will be great. It's
kind of interesting because you've prepared yourself really for what's about to transpire. Those are a whole different set of emotions, and other parents and other families would be going through if they're homeschooling or if they are in school year round. We have schools here that are year round, which is like banana lands to me. But
banana land, I love bananas. It's funny you said bananas. I've been having a lot of bananas. I've been eating a lot of bananas.
We see this a lot in my household.
What?
Banana land.
Wow.
We eat lots of bananas too.
Bananas are so good for your liver, you guys. Oh my God.
There's a really funny video.
On bananas?
An interesting looking ape literally crushing bananas, like
eating them,
armpit crushing.
Oh my gosh. That's how I've been feeling.
It's like the funniest thing ever.
That's pretty much been me lately.
Fuck it. Let's write notes. Let's get the link. I'll put the link in our show notes.
Okay.
If you don't find humor in this video, I don't know what is. Now, if you're not, now this monkey I'm referring to is in
Tiffany's backyard.
It's in a zoo. It is in a zoo. So if you do not approve of that kind of stuff, just to preempt you.
Okay, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. So I'm just writing those 2 mantras down because we'll add those into the notes. And I hope you guys are all writing this down because this is what you guys need to say forever, actually. Write it on your mirror. That's what I do. I've got them, Tiffany knows, they're on my mirror, all the things. And you're going to post the link to the ape video. Okay.
So,
what's next?
Well, there's a lot going on. We have some, topics that we wanted to kind of hit, and they do align with, changes and you know, as Kristen was saying, the kids are going back to school, so that's one big change for a lot of people, even the children.
Yes.
But we're also approaching the end of summer, and a lot of people resonate so much with summer, with like good times, off the wagon, just all the things, like
No
no
schedules.
schedule, probably eating whatever, drinking whatever, you know, just like really enjoying.
Is this a
Like-
mirror referring to maybe you, TT?
Well, every day's a Friday at my place.
Oh my gosh.
But
this
I
is
do
true.
need
Balance.
routine and balance.
Always.
Absolutely. And that is what a lot of people look forward to. A little bit of what's going on in my world right now, which is like absolutely like, there's a lot of changes about to happen. And like you said, in Virgo season, and what just happened recently, like the last full moon, we were approaching a time where it was time to get creative with your ways, old ways of thinking, new ways of thinking.
Yes.
So the action, you know, is sometimes we get left with like, when it's actually happening, we're like, okay, now we have to step into a new way of thinking, a new me. When we this is all about transformation, and that's about the journey, and you know, our lives, our journeys look like, you know, I'm kind of going on a tangent right now, but let's just go back to a little bit of the changes that are happening in my life.
Let's hear about the changes.
So,
I'm like,
well, you know, Cash's first time going to school.
no, in your life, I'm ready to
But
hear this shit.
Charlie's getting ready for high school.
Crazy.
First year high school. Like, wow. She's turning 13 coming up. I have a little 13-year-old.
20-year-old.
Anybody knows what a 13-year-old daughter, you know, all the things. It has its challenges, new ways. They're developing themselves into this new body.
Yeah.
She got the little boobs.
Oh my
her
God.
tush is she's getting tall. Like, she's getting into her woman body.
It's crazy.
You know, and yes, she's hit womanhood. So, you know, her having to relearn all of the new junk that's happening, even
hormones.
her mindset,
Yeah,
the
your
hormones, you know, the boys.
Oh, it's crazy. The hormones are brutal alone.
Yeah, they really are. And I can see sometimes, you know, like we see our kids and we can tell when they're like on the up and up, and they're full of life, or we can tell when they're growing because they're sleeping more,
That's
or,
right.
you know, and this one, it's like, okay, there's a part of the hormones here where things are really tested at a totally different level. Like a toddler testing you is definitely different than a new upcoming preteen testing their boundaries.
Yeah.
So
The mirrors come out here big time too. And the triggers,
girl.
like, holy shit.
I feel like she's a carbon copy of me in so many
Wow.
ways. So there's a lot of reflection happening coming from me, because I don't fool yourself when it's like what's driving you crazy with your child is sometimes a reflection of yourself that you just maybe couldn't stand at one point.
Exactly.
Or
You need to take a look at.
yeah,
Or heal.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The other thing that's happening is my son just got accepted into minor hockey league.
Yay, Cohen! Congratulations!
This is a huge opportunity for him. Not a lot of athletes can say that they were in a billet family and they moved away from home. And yeah, like, he's scheduled to be away for 7 months.
That's a big change, TT.
Kristen and I had such a big and deep conversation before we started the podcast. The beautiful part about the podcast is that it is real, and, you know, it's very transparent. And a lot of the things that we talk about are just our stories and like what we're going through. And we could have recorded earlier, but there were some things that I had to get clear with.
Yeah.
I didn't feel right sitting here talking about the stuff, and I'm not working through certain things. And one of them is just letting things go, and how important our self-care is, because I mean, my son's moving away. Like, he's not going to need his mommy. And
that's huge.
That's huge. My daughter's not going to, I mean, she's going to need her mommy, of course, in a totally different way.
Yeah.
So this brings a lot of like different type of freedom for me. And there's discomfort there. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so what is the answer to this? Yeah. And the answer to this is I gotta go in, and there's some things I need to kind of bring awareness to. Maybe I'm choosing to clean it up, because there's sometimes, you know, we live in these broken cycles for so long, and we don't realize it because we're so distracted with life and our children and our businesses and working, and all the roles that we play can really distract us. So here I am, I'm like, hey, I'm planning it out. This son's not going to be here. Daughter's going to school. It's time I got some extra time.
Yeah.
And looking within. And big part of that is all the changes that's happening. Like, business is changing in a crazy way. And it's like, we need to get ourselves ready for the next thing coming.
Yeah. Because
the next thing coming is it's that part of that transition that we're blossoming out of. Like, we're blossoming out of this old way of thinking, just so that we can
step into the new
step it up.
2.0.
2.0 right on. Like, you couldn't have said it better with just a 2.0.
You're so cute. Yeah, it's a lot, and I was sharing that it's a lot of dense energy, and because I always bring the spiritual aspect in, we're spiritual beings, and we're like souls, and we're free, and we're like doing our thing, and then we come into these bodies, and it's so dense and it can be heavy. We have to have an opportunity to be able to redirect that energy. And if we just stay in it and stay stuck in that, you're going to just keep spinning your wheels. So you have to get out. You got to jump off of the Ferris wheel. So you circle around, you're in the mud, you're spinning your wheels, you got to jump out. And then ask for the help, because Tiffany and I talked about this. It doesn't matter about what we share, and that, you know, we do the work and we do all these things and share these messages, but we have to always go within, always reach different milestones, different levels, pass the tests, the karmic experience, the cycles, so that we can transform into another chapter, into the next version. And that old version of ourselves is just needing to be healed so it can come with us. We will never like get rid of ourselves. We need to bring ourselves with us, and that version or that shadow or that inner child or that unhealed piece needs to be loved so that we can bring it with us.
Let's go back to doing it, like asking for help rather than doing it alone.
Yeah.
And in sobriety, that's a big part of, you know, that practice is not suffering alone.
Yeah.
You don't have to suffer alone. So we could definitely come to all these conclusions, but it's really hard to do it by yourself when you're in that density, that karmic cycle, that you're that broken record that we keep going through. Like, we're not always equipped to break through those barriers by ourselves, because we only know what we know. We're only conditioned. A lot of these things are just coming back from what we've been conditioned to think. So, ask for the help.
Yes.
Don't suffer alone.
And sometimes it's hard to see outside of that box.
Oh,
like,
girl.
when you're in it. And that's why when Tiffany and I, like, if Tiffany's going through something, or if I'm going through something, and then you have a fresh set of eyes or another perspective, you're not just hitting that cardboard box all the time, like, fuck
or
me.
brick wall.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Cardboard box is a little softer. You can have a brick wall. I'll choose the cardboard box.
Sometimes I feel like it's a brick wall.
Right? And then it's like that lifeline. You need the lifeline, and we are all one. So if you can actually tap into the fact that we're all interconnected and everyone's a mirror and all the multidimensional loving aspects of things, you're going to realize you need help. You're not in it alone. You're never alone. You got your spirit team, you've got counselors, you got us, you got family and friends. And also, who are you asking help from? Is it somebody that's going to recycle those old conditions, or somebody that's going to have that lifeline to pull you out?
Whoa. Woo, that was good.
I think so. The lifeline to pull you out.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. We're just sticking to like our freebie part,
Which
right?
we're supposed to be, but we're getting into the
Okay, so maybe we should
transition
a little bit because
we're at 25 minutes already.
what we're gonna do in the next session of the podcast is we're gonna get into 8 different areas in your life that needs self-care. And let's just read them off real quick just to keep you enticed.
Yeah, we're going into the wheel,
Yeah.
and then we're going to hit some tools for transforming energies. And if it's...
I love it.
You're
This is going to
yeah.
flow so fucking good. I'm like fucking pumped.
I love how it's just so raw, and you guys are like seeing the creative aspect of all of this just unfolding. And that's kind of like what Tiffany and I do to set things different from other platforms is we're just creating as we go and allowing whatever to channel through us to then help you all and help ourselves. Where did it go?
I know. It's thinking.
It's thinking. It's like, what does
Right.
it even say on the top?
8 needs. This is really cool. I found this online and it aligns exactly with what I want to talk about. But it's kind of
I think it doesn't. I think it's wanting us to just hit on over to see what these
all right.
the 8 wheelhouses all about.
It's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we end this, I just want to remind everybody because we're going to do a little outro. We're going to do the outro right now, and then we can add that in actually. One of the other ones.
Should I pull a card?
I would love that.
Okay. Just to sum up the whole what card are we pulling from? This guy? No? What are you feeling? Come on, what are you feeling? Work your light?
Well, we did this one already.
Okay, let's do another one. Okay, guys, I know what I'm going to do. I just came in right now.
Okay.
So I'd like you all to think of something right now. Whatever it is, just think of it. Think of something that you'd like to have an answer to or some clarity. Okay? And I'm going to pull the card. And it's going to be Ask Your Guides.
Ooh.
Yes. So
I
whatever...
haven't seen this one for a while.
Whatever... This is the one I use for my clients. So it's never out here.
Amazing.
It's always in the room. But it's going to be used for you guys. So please get quiet. If you have a question, if it's something about your health, if it's something that's to do with a personal problem, and then you're going to just get the guidance and the answer yourself. We're going to show you the card, whatever it may be, and you're going to use your intuition to answer it and see what these babies have to say. Okay. Show us the card for the outro. Whatever it is for the collective.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. I was like, just, use your intuition. Guess what it is? Intuition!
You can't make this shit up.
No, and what your team is saying is you don't need me or Tiffany to tell you the answer. You have the answer within you. Use your intuition. Sit quiet. And when you make that space, we can all get really busy and using our distractions. So you're not going to get answers or signs from your loved ones or your team because you're distracting yourself. How can they possibly get through to you? So use your intuition, sit quietly, ask the question, and you will get the answer and the sign. Give it a couple of days.
I love that.
So this is inner child. Intuition, inner child. Go within. Don't avoid the inner child. The child needs to be looked at and loved. Do it.
I love that.
Yeah. I love our fucking spirit team. You guys are just the best. So grateful. Okay, so we're signing out.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you guys.
Tip of the hat.
Welcome.
Bye.